intention is everything, right? And intention is everything, and the primary intention, from my point of view, is truly wanting to become all that you can be, all that is yours to be. And so the book, I never woke up and said, oh, I want to write a book. I woke up and something wouldn't leave me alone. And because I want to always fulfill that is calling me, I followed this thing that just wouldn't leave me alone. And it was the hardest thing I've ever done, because I didn't at the time consider myself a writer. And going through the process of writing, it was hard because I had to learn how to write out of my ego, meaning literally I had to use writing to get out of my ego. Because I would write and then I could see the ego on the page. I was trying to say something. I was trying to be something. I was trying to teach. I was trying to, as opposed to being. And being is always far more magnetic. The allowing actually becomes an exercise of you with you. And the other people and circumstances just exist so that you can grow into you. That's when you're allowing. The ego is me saying, this is who I am, this is how I want to be seen, this is how I want to be affirmed, and all of that. The answer to almost every question these days for me is, a question like, how did you? The answer is always, I wanted to. I swear, to the degree that we want freedom, we shall have freedom. To the degree that we yearn, to the degree that we reach, we will have what we are yearning for or reaching for. On my Instagram, we did a post that said, want freedom, then reach for it. And if one hand gets tired, use the other. You have to just keep reaching. And the more you reach, the more will be not just delivered, because it's not like it's given, but the reaching creates the pathway, creates the membrane. It thins the membrane so that the thing that you're reaching for and the heart that you're reaching with all sort of recognize each other and become one. For me, the ego is anytime I am in my head convinced about how it should look or happen, that's the ego. It's interesting. I always want to do whatever I do to the best of my ability. So it wasn't just writing a book. I really wanted to say something. And one of our superpowers is our ability to objectively look at self, objectively. And so when I was writing and I would read what I was writing, objectively speaking, it was crap. And I needed to be able to tell myself that. And I needed to have a bar that I was willing to fight for. So once I got through the writing of the book, and it's a process, and all of those people who come in and try to sell you and say, this is how you do it, and it's step 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, God bless them. That is not my process. And I question, if we were to really do some sort of survey, how often that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is really the process. Because the process creates itself in the moment. I started that book at least 50 times. I was writing on that book at least for the first chunk of it, 3 years. I threw my hands up and said, I can't do this, and I don't quit anything. Now it's like, can't is a lie. And so underneath the can't, what's the truth? And underneath my can't was, I don't know how to get out of my own way. I don't know how to drop into a voice so authentic that it is compelling and magnetic. But the deeper that realization of what I was afraid of, the more that crystallized, the more I knew what to ask for. So if I don't know how to drop into the authentic voice, then that now becomes my ask. God, how do I drop into the authentic voice? If I don't know how to, write in a way that is so compelling that it has people perking up, then I ask, okay, God, so how do I write in such a way that people perk up? Asking is a very vulnerable state, because asking means that you literally have to want what you want, which means you risk not getting what you want. And you have to be willing to stand in wanting what you want in spite of the experiences and circumstances that you're having.